Hey everyone, this is Susan Gaitan, Director of Training and Engagement.
And I'm Eric Dolence, Director of Operations, and we are excited to walk through the updated Adapt VT platform.
Yes, super excited stuff to discuss here, Eric. So if you're good to go, let's just hop right in.
Sounds good to me, Susan.
Perfect. So let's start at the very beginning. How can our users get to the updated Adapt VT platform?
So it works the same way that it's worked for the past few years. You can go to www.adaptvt.com, or you can go to our website and click on the login button as well. However you go about doing it, you're going to end up right here.
Okay, great. So once you get signed in, we're greeted by the dashboard. And this is something that I have a few questions on because there is a lot of great information and features on just this first page. Can you give us an overview of this page real quick?
I sure can. So I think this is a great welcome or entry for our users because we can do a lot of really cool things here. So starting off at the top, we have what we're calling billboards. Now these are auto scrolling, as you can see, and it's just a really great place for us to share information, news, new releases, things like that. Below the billboards is a really cool area called featured courses, where we can obviously feature some courses. And then as we scroll down a little bit further, we've got a handful of buttons that each do something really cool, like quick access to your courses, to your training center. We've got polls and surveys, FAQs, and a lot of really cool things like that.
I love this dashboard, but let's back up real quick. You mentioned featured courses. Can you explain what that means? What is a featured course and how do courses become featured?
Yeah, absolutely. So essentially, a featured course is really just that. It's a course that our sales trainers are recommending to you. Right now, we're in April, so we can see the April 2023 spot training course is featured. Once May 1st hits, the April featured course drops off, and the May one will take its place. We also are featuring the newly released Phone Ups That Show Up Level 2 because, well, it's basically brand new. So it's going to be a great place where our users can check out some exciting courses that might be new, updated, or just might not get as much love as they should.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be really cool, especially with the way that we set up the training center and how the user has some true choice in what they decide to train on. But we'll get there in a second. Now, let's talk about a few of these buttons. There's some really intriguing ones down there. What do you want to point out to have our users be mindful of?
Yeah, there are a few intriguing ones for sure that are worth noting. First off, My Courses is going to be a readily used button to quickly get back to the courses that you're enrolled in. I think this leaderboard is going to be a fun one to check out too. It's going to be able where you can see how you stack up amongst your peers and who's the top rammer, if you will. And it definitely looks like we both have a little work to do to take down Miss Deborah.
Oh, man. Deborah, gosh, she's always going above and beyond, isn't she?
Seriously, she's really making us look bad right now. But other than that, we've got quickly, we've got some polls and surveys. That's really where we're gonna try to get a pulse from our users as to what's working, what's not, what content they'd like to see next, pain points they're having, things like that. We've also got FAQs, which is going to be the first line of defense if any of our users get stuck. If you don't see the solution in the FAQ section, reach out to us and we'll obviously assist you, but we're also going to make sure to add that specific problem or issue into the FAQs so that others benefit from it down the road.
Awesome. Again, lots of really cool stuff right here. I'm excited to start seeing and hearing the feedback from you guys on what you think. So nice. Okay, let's get into the content. How do our users access the training and actually start with their training on Adapt VT?
For sure. So there's a few ways that we could go about doing that. First off, again, you've got the My Courses button. We've also got the Training Center button. We'll talk on both of those here in a second. But I also wanted to point out real quick, we've got a couple buttons in this menu up in the top right. And that menu has a quick launch that's going to give you some main features of the platform. And it's always going to be available to you in the top right header of the site. So as far as starting training, where we want to go first is to the Training Center. So this is where all of the courses that are available to you live. Now notice that I said available. Again, just because you're seeing a course here does not necessarily mean that you, as the user, are enrolled in that course. Think of it like you're registering for classes. Some of them you have to take because of your major, right? But there's also a catalog of electives that you can choose from. That's the design that we decided to go with, and I think it's really neat. So look at my April spot training. It shows enroll, whereas digital reality, following up unsold, those say resume. Service, take control of your inventory, those are going to say start. Again, we wanted to allow our users to have some choice in the training that they receive, and this is a great representation of that. If the button says enroll, you have not yet enrolled in that course, but you have the option to do so. If it says resume, you are enrolled and have probably started it in some way. And if it says start, you are enrolled but haven't actually gone in and started the course yet. You can also sort the way that your courses show up from this little drop down here, or the way that they're organized on the page by clicking on the course layout button.
Great. Guys, this is really cool stuff. Any user can easily enroll themselves in a course that they feel would benefit them. And there's so much really great and beneficial information in all of these courses, whether they're an elective or not. It's absolutely encouraged for you to seek those out. Hey, it might just be what puts you back on the leaderboard, right?
Oh yeah, drive that competition, Susan.
Oh, I love competition. Okay, let's say that I'm a new user and I'm ready to start training. And I know that I need to complete phone ups that show up. I also see that it's a featured course. Can you show me how to start training?
Yeah, I absolutely can. So if we click on the phone ups that show up course, or actually before I even click, I'll hover over it and you can see it says 2 courses. So what does that mean? So the way that you redesign phone ups is you have it broken out into levels, right? Level 1 is that foundational training on how to handle those phone ups. Level 2 is the step up from that where we get into some more advanced techniques and so on and so forth. And so that's the way that we decided to build it out in the platform. When I click resume, you can see that it now shows me I have 2 levels, level 1 and level 2. I have a play button for level 1, but a lock for level 2. You can see here that we have to complete level 1 before I can access level 2. So this is a great feature, again, because there's a specific reason for the way that we do our filming and put out our content here at Allen Ram.
That's right. There is a lot of careful thought that goes into how we structure these courses for our users. We definitely don't want you to go in and just go through the motions and, well, get it done.
Exactly. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on resume here. Now this is the course layout, and I think it's a step up from the previous iteration. We've got the video player here, which we can make larger by clicking on this choose view button and selecting the view that you like best. Down here, we've got our course overview, the lesson details, and any relevant files that will live inside of the course. And then over here, we've got our table of contents or our chapter list, where you're going to see the various chapters that make up this course. Now you can see we've got chapter 1 here, and we've got 2 available modules, and then we've got a couple of lock icons. That means that we must complete chapter 1 video and quiz before we can complete chapter 2, and so on and so forth.
I love it. We have a lot of great information living here, but you can pretty much hide it all if you want to.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, it's all about choice.
Right, right. Okay, so I'm guessing if we want to exit this course, we just click on the X button.
You're exactly right on that. Clicking that X button is going to close the course, and it'll bring you back to the previous page that you were on. Now I'm going to go back to the training center real quick because I want you to see that the course layout is the same in every single course. So it's super easy to get used to. Now, one quick note you see when I click into the hub spot or hotspot here, I'm going to click resume. Now you can see here that on the chapter list, we don't have any locks. And that's because that these chapters are really fantastic and powerful bits of content, but they aren't necessarily all revolving around the same topic or theme. So these are something where you might come back off and on because there's a specific chapter in here that helps you through something you're working on now. And we didn't want to force you to watch everything before you get to that video that you really wanted to train on.
Yes, I did notice that and was going to ask, so thank you. All right. Let's wrap this thing up, shall we? We've been rambling on for a few minutes now, Eric. So, where do users go to check out their stuff, their profile, their training progress, etc.?
Yeah, absolutely. I can show you that too. So what we're going to do is we can head over to our profile page, which is this icon here. Now I updated my avatar already. So if you haven't, you're going to see a generic head avatar type thing, but you can add a picture of you or something fun. Now I uploaded one of the photos from my phone that my wife took of me this past weekend. But again, you can have some fun with it and use whatever photo of you want. If you don't even want to, you can not use a photo of yourself as well.
Oh my God, Eric, really?
Hey, don't hate the player, Susan, hate the game. As I was saying, it's pretty simple, but we can see our username, email, department, store we're assigned to, access level, etc. We can change our password here if we want or we need to. The My Activities section is going to show you high level some of the things that we've done recently. And then we can also check any messages that we have here. And I also wanted to really quick talk about the transcript. The transcript is where you're going to see all of your certificates. So I can click on the download button and we'll see I got this certificate for following up unsold showroom traffic. So that's going to be really helpful. And then you can also scroll down a little bit further and you can see some of the course progress you've made. You can actually jump right back into your training from here as well. So a lot of really cool things there too.
That is so cool. I love that certificate. Awesome. Well, I think this has been great so far. And I hope it'll help our users navigate around this platform for the first time, or if they need to watch this as a refresher down the road, that works too. I appreciate you taking the time to walk us through all of this, Eric.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining me.
Of course. All right, Ram fam. We hope you've had a great day. Reach out to us and let us know if you've got any questions, comments, or concerns. And as always, thanks for allowing us to be part of your current and future success.